What's going on YouTube? My name is Alex, and today I'm going to be showing you how to configure RIP and Cisco Packet Tracer. So for this demonstration, we're going to be using two routers as well as two PCs. So first thing we're going to do is just rename our devices so it will make this job easier. Now that we got it out the way, we're going to be connecting our devices. For the routers, we're going to be using a serial connection. So we're going to go into it, turn it off, and we're going to be using the HWIC2T. And turn it back on. And we're going to be using the same for this one. Now that we have that, we can put in our serial connection. So we're going to be putting in serial 0/0/0. And same for this one as well. Okay, so now that we have our devices connected, we can go ahead and put our address scheme, the address scheme. So the addresses we're going to be using for this one, we typing in 192.168.10.0. For these devices, 192.168.20.0, and then 172.16.1.0. Okay, so now we're going to be configuring the devices. So go into the PCA and IP configuration. So this is going to be typing in our IP addresses, 192.168.10.2. We're going to leave the subnet mask as is. And for our default gateway, we'll be typing in 192.168.10.1. Let's do the same thing over here for desktop and IP configuration. So we're going to be typing in 192.168.20.2. Leave the subnet mask as is. And for the default gateway, 192.168.20.1. Okay, so now that we have our PCs configured, let's do the same thing with our routers. Go to R1, command line, gonna hit no, enable configure terminal. Okay, so we're gonna be going into G0/0, and we can add our IP address. So it's gonna be IP add 192.168.10.1 and put in our subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0. Typing in no shut. And as you can see, that gives us connectivity between these devices. We're going to be doing the same thing on this side. Type no. Enable configure terminal, and we're going to hit int G0/0. IP add 192.168.20.1 with our default subnet mask. No shuts. So now we have connectivity between these devices. Now we're going to go ahead and do the serial connection. Let's X out of here and go into our serial. We'll be typing in our IP address, which is IPI 172.16.1.1. And our default, not our subnet mask 255.255.255.252. We're going to add our clock rate 128.0.0.0 and no shut. We're doing the same thing on R2. N102S0/0/0. IPL 172.16.1.1. No 1.2. And our subnet mask 252. No shut. So as you can see, we have full connectivity between our devices. So before we get started, let's try to ping between PCA and PCB. Go to command prompt, and we're going to try and ping the address. And as you can see, it says destination host unreachable. So we're going to go ahead and try the same thing on PCB, and it should say the same. And it says destination host unreachable. So we tried to ping the devices, it didn't work. So now we're going to be configuring RIP. So I'm going to go into our device, our router, and exit out of here. Now, to configure RIP, you're going to type in router RIP. You're going to type in version 2, because if you don't, you're going to be using version 1. And you're going to be typing in the addresses that you're going to be using. So for R1, we're going to be using these addresses right here. So let's type network 192.168.10.0. 172.16.1.0. And exit. We'll be doing the same thing with R2. Exit. Router RIP. Type version 2. And we're going to be typing in our addresses. Okay. So now we've successfully installed RIP. So now let's try to ping again between the two devices. Go to command prompt. And as you can see, after installing RIP, we were able to ping from PCA to PCB. We're going to go ahead and try the same thing on PCB. And it is successful. So as you can see, we configured the topology and we tried to ping from PCA to PCB, and we got destination host unreachable. After we configured RIP, we were able to ping between the two devices. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching my video.